this class we are going to see what is pandas and numpy. So these two are very important to start with machine learning programming, or if you want to start making models in machine learning. These two libraries are very useful that will come in use all the time. Okay, so what is numpy, right? So let me just add a markdown here and we'll see. So numpy, and what exactly is numpy, guys? Is it's we have a list in Python already. Okay, so the list is something that we can always use as an array, right? So whatever list we create, we can use as an array. But NumPy, but that list, right? That list is not fast. I mean, if you want to use a big, huge data, and you want to use the list to do all the operations, right? That won't be that faster. So that's where this NumPy comes into the picture. This library, provide an array object that is like much more faster according to the NumPy, right? They're more than 50 times faster than the traditional Python list. Okay, so that is where this NumPy library is very useful because in machine learning programming, right, we will be using very large set of data. The data which having more than 100,000 rows, more than a million rows, right? So that's where this NumPy will be very helpful. And pandas is something that you use to analyze the big data, or if you want to make any conclusion based off the your statistical theory, right? Because this is what we are going to do. We are going to get large amount of data. By seeing the data, we have to come with something out of it. To you analyze and you think, okay, this is what this model will be suitable for this. Okay, and you can do all different kinds of operation in pandas. You can clean the, because whatever data I'll receive, that might be messy one, that might be not very good readable condition, or that might not, everything might be not relevant. And I will show you is the example also with pandas. But quickly, if I have to summarize it, right? So NumPy serve the purpose serve the purpose of array, and it's more than 50 times faster than the Python list. Okay, Python list. So in a quick way, this is what NumPy. And if I talk about pandas, so they just allow us, to analyze the big data. Okay, you can always say that why not Excel, right? You can always say why not Excel. Uh, Excel will be very messy, guys. If you uh, take any Excel which has more than 10,000 rows, 10,000 rows and at least 50 columns. Okay, you will see that loading itself will be a big task in Excel. You won't be able to do much work. Okay, it will be very slow. It will be very messy if you are getting very huge data. I'm talking about data in size of like 5 MB or something. You'll see that it will mess up a lot. Okay, so to work in NumPy and pandas, we have to import those library, guys. Till now we have not done that. So you can simply write pip install pandas, and this will install NumPy and panda both. Okay, so I'm run this command pip install pandas. If you see it will start running. It already says requirement already satisfied for me because it is already there in my system. For you, it will download. It will take a minute and it will download. Okay, after this download is completed, guys, then you can simply import. And this is how we import any library in Python in machine learning program, right? This is how you just import pandas and as some object name, so as pd. Generally we use this term. We will always import numpy as np. Okay, run these two Now these two library are imported because you see I got a number here, right? So these two library are already imported now. Okay. So what we will do, first thing what we'll do, we'll create a series. So start with a single dimension array. Okay, so if you I'll just give you a quick introduction, right, on the array, or if you remember metrics from the maths guys. So what is metrics? Oh, I'm writing metrics, right? So what is metrics is like you have something called 1, comma 2, comma 3, and then it can be the same line, right? Let's say let's do like this. Sorry, 4, comma 5, 5, comma 8. So this is our this is one metric. So this is, we can call it one array, right? And this is two dimensional now, right? I have two rows, right? So this is two dimensional. If I leave it just here, right, this is one dimensional matrix, or this is one dimensional array. Okay, so I hope this makes things clear. So let's create a series name, or let's create, okay, series name. And yeah, this is the inbuilt function that I'm using, the pd.series. Sorry, s needs to be in caps. pd.series. Okay, use this function, provide whatever you want. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, simply run this one. I'll just print this, and you'll see that it has created the series for me. It had created this in one dimensional. Okay, so this is giving, by default it gives me indexing. Okay, and it is also saying what is my data type. So there it's saying it is a int 64, integer 64. By default, if you create any series, it will, with the numbers, it will set int 64 ways. Okay, quickly we'll take another example. We'll create a dictionary, and this time we'll create a dictionary, and then we will take further, create a data frame and all. I'll tell you what exactly is that. So let's details.dict, and how we create dictionary. Open curly braces, provide the key that you want. So I'm giving few names. Okay, and I'm going to give in name, I'm going to give many names guys, not one key and value, right? I'm giving one key and multiple value, that kind of dictionary. Okay, so giving name, okay, Suresh, Mahesh, and Naresh. Okay, and I'm going to give what class they are in. Okay, class. So in, sorry, in class, yeah, okay. So in class 5th standard, 6th standard, and 9th standard. Okay, and third thing I'm going to give is like let's go with that section A, comma B, comma C. Okay, so I've given 3 sections. One more thing, I'll give their grades also guys. So grades or marks, right? So let's call, he got 66, 78, 90. Okay, so I'm creating name, and 3 names I've given. Okay, a list of name, right? And then class, and I'm giving 5, 6, 7, and section I've given the section. In grade I've given the grade. Let's run this one. So this dictionary will be created, right? So if I print then this one, details underscore dict, you will see that my dictionary is created. Okay, my dictionary is created. Let me create some rows. So now what we are going to do using pandas is, I'll create a data frame. I'll tell you what is data frame. So df1, and we have to use another build function of data frame. Okay, and what it will do, just let me details.dict, I'll pass this here. and I'll run this. Okay, so if I run this, if see it ran. Okay, now there is another function df1 dot head. This head is, guys, it will print first 5 from that list. Okay, if it is 5 things are there, it will just print. So if you see, I have created a dictionary. When I'm using this data frame, it is actually making something like very close to Excel, right? You will see that there is a columns in it, and then every column has a row. So this row is something like gone with the index, right? Which is 0, 1, 2. So it's saying name is one column, class is another column, section is another column, grades are other. This all my keys here, right? So all these keys become columns, right? And all the entries are row, and by default it gives the indexing as. Okay, so data frame. So this is like now converted into a array. If you think about it, it's like a simple array which is converted like this, right? So df.head is something that print you first 5. If you provide any value here, let's say I'm saying only 2, it will provide me only 2. So you see Suresh, Mahesh, right? Naresh has gone. If I don't put it, it will just print, I think, first of 5, guys. I think it print of 5, but I don't have 5 rows here, right? I have only 3, so that's why it's printing. So what we will do, we can also use Excel, like any CSV files or Excel files, right? We can also use it. So I have already placed an Excel file named food items. Okay, this is very simple Excel file. And if you want to place any Excel file or any CSV file, right? You can go to that particular location where you're working, and by seeing the location, you can see here, right? I am in C users and this user, and then U2, and I am into this folder. Okay, so you copy, you go to this folder, right? You can go to that folder and just copy a Excel which you want. I will drop this Excel. I'll put a link for this Excel, guys, so you can use the same Excel. Okay, so this particular Excel you have copy here. Okay, and then what we can do, let me just have this one. And so we are going to create another data frame equal to pd dot, there is another uh, inbuilt function called read underscore CSV. Okay, so if I provide this read underscore CSV, if I pass this food items, right? This food items. So I'll just see the complete name, food items.csv. Okay, food items.csv. So I'll just pass this food items.csv. Run this. Okay, I ran. I'll now print df.head. Okay, df.head. You'll see it is printing me. Okay, let me just hide this and we'll see in detail. So now you see this is a simple CSV file, guys, which has name of different kind of food or cereals. Okay, and it how many calories it has, how much protein, how much fat and sodium. Okay, so simple 5 columns, and it has list of different kind of food. Okay, and and the subsequent values. Okay, now something called we can also run is df.tail, and this will give you last values on the tail. So if you see, it is giving me index 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, last 5, and this was giving me first 5. Okay, so you can this is how you can see the value, like, okay, I have a similar data even in the last of the data frame or the last of that Excel that I'm using, the data set that I'm using, right? Even if I go to the very last. And why this is necessary, guys? Right now it is having only 76 or 77 rows. Okay, you can also see the so df dot shape. If you run this, right, you can see that, oh sorry, dot shape. So you'll see that it is a 77 rows and there is a 5 columns. Okay, so 77 rows and 5 columns it has. But if it has more than 1 lakh rows or more than 5 lakh rows, it will be very difficult that you go and see that the bottom of it, right? So very easily you can just print top 10 or print top 20. I can also print here. If you see here, I have not given anything, right? Let's say I give 10 here. Okay, and if I run this, let me just go here and run this. It will give me top 10, guys. Okay, if I say 20, it will run the top 20 and give it to me. See here, it's giving top 20, right? So it will be easy to see. Okay, we can always use this head and tail function shape. There is something called df.describe. Okay, so this df.describe is something will tell you exactly that in total what you have, how many rows you have, what is the first five, what is the last five. Okay, it will describe all different things that is had. Okay, so if you see, guys, there are lot of functions, lot of inbuilt function which we have in pandas, which will help us to analyze the data, understand the data, how the data is looking. Okay, uh, here if you remember this particular one, right? So if I did df1 dot head, right? What if you can also print what is the type of it? df1 dot the I think it dt types. Let me run this. Okay, so if you see here, it's saying uh, class name here, right? The class name. Class is integer 64. Section is object. Name is object. Grades is again int 64. Okay, you see, right? It understand by default what we are giving and what kind of data type is that. It understand automatically. It understand, guys. Right? This library, if you see, this is very useful to understand data. So if we have multiple columns, right, and that is how it will be. It will be more than 100 columns or 150 columns. There will be data set like that. To understand what different kind of data types I have in different columns, right? This will be very useful. Okay, so let's run the describe also here and see df1 dot describe. Okay, so it actually given everything because it has only 3 rows, so that's why this has given everything, guys. Okay, so I hope this will give you some clarity on pandas and numpy. This topic is big, guys, so I'll continue giving more sessions on this one. So in the coming session, I'll cover more on data frame, pandas, numpy, and everything. We'll try to do operations in the next class. That what we can do using this operation, because that is the next thing, right? After you analyze, let's say if something is not there, if you want to change the data, you want to update the data frame, how you can do it and all, right? So that will be the next class. Okay. Uh, so okay, we'll end up this session here. Thank you, everyone.